You better run for your life. Are you in a situation that God has delivered you from, or is delivering you from, or you know you're in a place that God does not want you to be? In your, spirit, you know that this is not for you. Okay? Maybe it's a relationship. Maybe you've been in this relationship so long, or you want it so bad, but all of the signs are there that this is not the right person for you, right? And I'm not really speaking to marriage people on this, but at the same time I am, because even married people that are going through relationships that are not of God, maybe the person is cheating on you, maybe the person is abusing you. Those are signs that God doesn't want you to be there. I'm just going to put that on the table, okay, for married people. And even if you're not married, right? Maybe the person is not valuing you like they need to. Maybe they're not putting you in the place where you need to be as a life partner, okay? Maybe, you just got this feeling inside like this just doesn't feel right. Maybe it's a job. Maybe you're loyal to a job that you shouldn't be. The job is not promoting you. It's not giving you a raise. It's not allowing you to share your ideas. You know when something ain't right, okay? Or maybe it's a friendship. Maybe the friends that you have, you've had them for so long. Maybe they're your childhood friends. Maybe they're your college friends. They're fraternity friends. They're your church friends. But their behavior is not friendly. You just are feeling some type of disloyalty to them, yet you are loyal. You're loyal to them, but they're not showing loyalty to you. They're doing all kind of things, right? Maybe God delivered you from them. Maybe God delivered you from alcohol. Maybe he's delivered you from drugs, gambling, a certain city, a certain location, but yet you are so loyal to that place that you are there and it's not serving you anymore. If it even has in the beginning, right? But because you love that thing so much, you're staying and you're not reaping any blessings or benefits from it. There's no fruit. You're upset, you're frustrated all the time, but yet you're still there. Or maybe you left and you're grieving, leaving. Maybe you're thinking about going back. Maybe you're thinking about going back to that person. Maybe you think about going back to that job. Maybe you're thinking about going back to that friendship. Maybe you think you're going back to that church or that city. Yeah. And see, Lot and his wife were delivered from Sodom and Gomorrah. If you go to Genesis 19, 15 through 26, you'll read that God was no longer pleased with Lot and his wife being in Sodom and Gomorrah. He wasn't pleased with Sodom and Gomorrah, but he loved Lot. And so he warned Lot and his wife to leave. But they loved that place so much, even though it was horrible, even though God didn't want them to be there, even though that place was, immoral. Maybe you're in a situation that's immoral. Okay? So anyway, the Bible says Lot and his wife hung around too long. See, some of you are staying at the party too long, and you have to wait till it gets ugly in order to leave. I had a friend, I love her to death, and she's no longer with us, but she used to tell me, leave while it's still nice. Yeah, leave the party while it's still nice. Leave the relationship while you still can be friendly and cordial to that person. Leave the job while you can still get a good recommendation. Leave the friendship before it gets ugly, okay? Leave the drugs, the alcohol, and gambling before you go broke, before you get addicted. See, this is what I'm telling you. So anyway, Lot and his wife took too long to leave Sodom and Gomorrah. So the Bible says they were captured. They were jailed. But God, in his infinite mercy for Lot and his wife, granted Lot and his wife favor, and they were released from jail. Okay? So when they were released, God told them, look, you need to go away. You need to go far away. But Lot pleaded and said, can I go to this place called Zor. It wasn't that far, but yet it was away. So his request was honored and he was able to go to Zor. So they left for Zor. But guess what? Lot's wife was so loyal to Sodom and Gomorrah that it says that she looked back. And after looking back, guess what? Didn't go so well for her. She didn't survive going back. Someone is not going to survive going back. One more whiff of that drug, one more taste of it, one more taste of that relationship, you're not going to survive. Going back to that job, you're not going to survive. God has released you. And just like he did for the Israelites, he released them from Egypt, but they were moaning and groaning because where God released them, which was in the wilderness, they did not like the fact that it was different. Even though they were in bondage, okay, in Egypt, they wanted to go back because it was familiar. Somebody wants to go back because it's familiar. But guess what? I'm encouraging you to move forward, press on, okay? Yes, it's a little bit difficult to adapt to changes, but it's way better than where you are if you just give yourself a chance. Don't stay where God's grace has been removed. It's not going to serve you well. That's all I have. I pray that this message has really helped someone. And tell me in the comments, did God release you from a place, but you're grieving and you want to go back? Have you been released and you went back and it's not serving you? Let's talk about it in the comments. Let me pray for you about this situation. I feel very strongly about it. Because see, I went back to a situation several times that did not serve me, only to be more to go through more trauma. And I don't want that for you. So this is Synergy Lifestyle Strategies. I pray to see you in the comment. And on the next one, I just love sharing information.